Chapter 12. Sri Sadguru said, Bhagavan, the eternal benefactor of the Bhaktas, blesses them with all compassion and love with the four principal objects of human life, namely Dharma, righteousness, Artha, wealth, Kama, fulfillment of desires, and Moksha, deliverance from the world. Hence, one who knows the essence of Dharma should invoke the blessings of Lord Hari by following the common path of righteousness and then become one who can rightfully adhere to the Bhagavata Dharma. A householder should be big hearted. He should gather wealth in the ways not opposed to Dharma and distribute it among the sadhus. He should also fend for himself and his family. In the same way, a wise man should enjoy pleasures that are not opposed to Dharma. In due course, he should realize their fickle nature and give them up. Finally, he should develop detachment. It is important to attain deliverance from this world without giving up Dharma, Artha, and Kama. One is found to enjoy them as per his deeds in the earlier births, as envisaged by the Shastras and as time warrants. Money is needed to follow Dharma and is also necessary to enjoy sense gratification. Hence, money should be earned in a way that it is handy in carrying out righteous deeds and enjoying genuine pleasures. A stingy person who ignores Dharma and Kama, which can be had with the help of his hard earned money, wastes his life on earth, nor will he have enjoyment in the next world. A stingy person who ignores Dharma and Kama, which can be had with the help of his hard earned money, wastes his life on earth, nor will he have enjoyment in the next world. Even after knowing all the miseries that follow poverty on this earth, if a person amasses large wealth, he is fit to be called a thief. He should be suitably punished. He who forcefully takes away the wealth amassed by misers and distributes that among the poor is the one who has accomplished a feat. Doing that, he does not become a sinner. There was a robber chieftain called Parakala Tirumangalai Tirumanagalai Alvar. Tirumangalai Alvar. He possessed all noble attributes and held the Vaishnavas in high esteem. He had four noble men who possessed occult powers as his ministers. With their help, he robbed the wealth of the misers and used it for taking care of the Vaishnavas. To start with, he drained out all his property. To start with, he drained out all his property and wealth in the service of noble men. Then he carried on the service with the help of the money that he plundered. He robbed the wealth of those mean minded persons who amassed money for money's sake and were never ready to part with even a paisa. Thus Parakala attended to the sadhus and he took their remnants. His life went on like that in the service of the noblemen. Once he was travelling through the forest, accompanied by his ministers. On the way, he met a newly wedded couple. The bride was richly decked with exquisite jewelry and looked like Devi Lakshmi herself. Parakala stood in their way. Frightened on hearing Parakala shouting, the couple gave him all the jewels and money which they had. Parakala made a big bundle of all those jewels. When he tried to lift up the bundle, it got stuck to the ground and could not be moved an inch above. Parakala was greatly surprised, yet he was not ready to give up. He put the following question to the bridegroom standing beside the bride. Parakala said, "This bundle is clearly under the spell of some mantra or magic. Consequently, with all my strength, I am unable to lift it up. What is that mantra? Now you teach me the most powerful secret mantra. Get back all this wealth and retreat to your place." The groom said, "O thief, I shall do as you like. Come closer to me. I shall now teach you the potent mantra, which is capable of bestowing everything that one longs for. a man who ceaselessly chants the mantra Namo Narayanaya, meaning respectful obeisances to Lord Narayana, gets deliverance from all sins and attains transcendental realm of the absolute being. Sri Sadguru continued, having spoken thus, the bridegroom gave darshan to Parakala. He was holding the disc and conch and was clad in yellow cloth. He was bedecked with exquisite jewels. His complexion resembled a blue lily, and he had a ravishing, charming countenance. He exhilarated Parakala, who obtained spiritual knowledge at that moment, sang Sri Govinda's glory in Divya Prabandha hymns as rich as the Vedic hymns in their meaning and implications. Sri Bhagavan embraced that devotee, blessed him, and vanished with Devi Lakshmi, the bride, then and there. Parakala from that moment became a true Vaishnava. He gave up the general social code of conduct and adopted Bhagavata Dharma. Meditation on Sri Bhagavan was the all absorbing passion of his life. Thus ends the chapter 12 entitled Parakala Charitram of Book 2 of Sri Vaishnava Samhita, composed by Sri Sri Krishna Premi Swamigal.